here are some of the masteries you can use if you need move speed. That's what you run. If you want attack speed, you can take out wards and you can attack faster. So when you have your level 3 W, you'll always get your W off, no problem. And if you want to do early game damage, this is what you use. Like, you know, Sona, Soraka, any squishy support, real squishy support, you can just two-shot or like a Vayne. And here it's just basic 9, 11, 10. Ward, port back, move speed, armor, magic resist, and armor penetration. Here is if you have like a Vayne, a super hyper carry that you know he's gonna be doing damage. You go 0, 21, 9. All right, back once again. Making the OP Volibear support guide. I don't think I ever made like an actual support guide for Volibear, and this is for low elo. If you want to climb elo, if you have a friend that you know you can duel with that plays AD and he's pretty good, you know, in 1400s, 1500s, 1200s, 1600s. Volibear is actually a great support, and whenever you start the game, you always want to leave spawn and do the invades. So you want to go up in here. Now all you want to do is wait here. Like most like in this elo, they'll never leave spawn. They'll never check this bush. You see where Skarner's at? Like he's sitting there waiting for it. It's like he doesn't protect his own jungle, so he won't expect it. Now Vlad decides to come over. As you can see him. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Comes in. You never want to just Q him straight up. You want to wait. Okay. Well, if he didn't get it, I would have ran at him with my Q. So yeah. Because when he checks the bush, I mean, you just got free shots on him all day. Free shots. They didn't ward. So I'm doing my little dance on him, taunting him. Real Nunu. So he goes ahead and dances back at me. So I come back, get the flip. Lisa lands a Q, and MF gets one auto attack and had that ignite on. Now, from this point on, Skarner's done. One person we don't have to worry about ganking is Skarner. He's... Oh, never mind. Well, I didn't realize he's at our blue, taking our blue. So, well, he saves his, well, he uses his smite and you know, gives me full XP. So I'm like a creep away, as you can see my XP. I'm level 2. And once I hit level 2, it's easy to zone. And depending on what you use, if I was using attack speed, you know, you can take out wards with Volibear. By yourself if you have your W. Sometimes without your W, if he drops a ward and you auto attack it right off the bat, I don't know why Lee Sin's ganking. So we get Nunu there, and as you can see, once you get the flip into slow, it's pretty much you can't stand next to Volibear, or you're gonna get flip slowed. And if you have a like MF is will do a lot of damage early game, and then Skarner comes to gank. Really nothing to worry about. He's level 2. So we get that kill on MF. Let's rewind that. And I'm already level 3, so once I hit level 3, it's pretty much. And MF's doing the biggest block I couldn't walk by, but they didn't chase. So we go ahead and dance again. At this point in the game, as you can see, look, 2-0, and this will happen every game. Once you get the hang of Volibear, and all you want to do is zone. If not, let your AD farm. Depending if you have MF, you have to play aggressive. MF is a balls deep AD. And as you can see, Nunu dies. If they can't stand next to Volibear. Bottom line, if you stand next to him where he can kill you and flip you, you're gonna die every single time. If you're not gonna, if you're on the other team, and if you don't die, you will get lit up pretty hard, and you won't be able to do anything, and you'll just feed all game. So right now, MF's 3-0-2. I'm 1-0-4. Now, and once I get level 5 on my W, you do so much that you can actually solo ADs by yourself. Or do enough damage to where your AD, all he has to do is 2-shot. Just put a couple hits on. And Tristan gets lucky, my Q ran out. It jumps out. Doesn't have jump. Okay, now let's see what I have. Our Tristana. Just to see how it comes back in the lane. I just dropped the exhaust. How easy that was. Most ADs in this elo are like that in 1400. They just feed. They just love to feed. They come back in a lane like it's all good. Like I can't run at them again. And most of them with those escapes, you get your Q before they even get their like whatever, you know, play like Ezreal, Tristana. They get their jumps back, and that's when you need to make their move. When you got to make your move, especially when their flash is down. Tristana has flash now. Comes in the lane and dies instantly. That's how OP this lane is. And I was level 6, so you know you hit all you slow your Q, flip over, and then you W, and that'll definitely take Tristana down like 70-80%. Then all MF has to do is auto attack Q, and drop that ult and just end. So right now this bot lane, it does not matter if we overextend. We don't have to worry about a Skarner. Skarner has a Negatron cloak, and I don't know what's going on here. And item-wise, you don't have to go harder gold. You can actually rush Shurelias. It's not really gonna make a big difference at all, because pretty much Volibear does not really need, because it's when you play volley, you need to get kills. I mean, if you don't get kills, your AD needs to do good. And here, I went ahead and dived. I felt. Oh, let's rewind it. I'll show you guys what I was talking about. See right here, this little zone right here. I felt like he was disrespecting me. Like when you're at this close, when I'm, I got a lot of HP, and you're level 4, I'm level 7, and then he walks up. That doesn't work in my book. So I auto attack one time, and there's the damage, and I eat him. Drops ignite, and Triss dies. So even if I die, the lane was pushing, and Tristana misses all his XP, and another wave's about to come. So MF clears that. And Tristana's just sat there, got 32 CS to 504, 63 CS to MF, and that's pretty much GG. When you don't have an AD, you're not gonna win. And bot lane alone won this game. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. As you can see, Lee Sin's 1-0. It really is. So it's pretty much a decent game. Even if we weren't winning, mid game, late game, we'd probably win, because my protection abilities with Volibear is OP. Now, if you play volley support by yourself and you're not playing with your AD, I recommend, depending on how bad your AD, if you know your AD is good, you can tell by the way he plays, then you die for him. If you can tell he's a noob, you want to bait him. And what I mean by bait is when you hit level 3 to 4 to 5 with Volibear, you start doing damage. If they know your AD sucks, they will focus your AD. And when they focus your AD, you need to focus their AD. And when you focus their AD, you slow flip, and you try to get him away, flip him away from your AD, so your AD can run away, because you're using him as bait. When you use him as bait, you flip. It's like, look, you see the deeps? You just watch this guy right here. Yeah, I'm not doing a lot of damage, but that's my W. And as you can see, I can at level 7. I mean, Volibear can solo. Support Volibear can solo. I'm not CSing. I don't have anything. All I got a couple HP items. Almost got my share. But the more HP items you stack, the more damage you'll do on your W, especially when they're missing HP. So yeah, if your AD sucks, bait him, and make sure you go for their AD. Never go for their support unless you're going for their support to switch over to their AD, to make their AD think that, oh, okay, he's focusing our support. Let me get in there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. In low elo, you don't have to buy wards. Well, if you're dual and you have your AD, I mean, you can always talk to each other if you use like Vin, Skype, or whatever. But if Volibear comes in the lane, oh man, not Volibear. Nunu comes back in the lane. But yeah, that's how easy it is. Don't if you're not doing, yeah, maybe buy a ward. I wouldn't buy a ward off the bat. Just play a little safe. Whenever they come to gank you, depending on what jungler it is. If it's a real like Lee Sin, then you might want to be careful. If it's like Skarner, you don't have to really be careful. You can actually slow them with your little E and then flip them backwards away from your AD. And also the summoners you can use for Volibear. I decided to run exhaust. Usually I can do ignite, heal, and then I'll put the runes in mastery so you can see what I use. But most of the time, as you can see, well, I'm using mobiles, but I'm running. You can go AD. You can run anything with Volibear. Depending if you're not gonna get ganked, you can play more offensive AD-ish early game Volibear, as long as you dominate the lane. Well, yeah, it's pretty simple to play Volibear, and Volibear support and with a friend is actually pretty good to carry at low elo. It's just too good. They never expect it. They never expect the W damage. You have a flip, you have a slow, you have all that CC. I mean, even if you KS kills with Volibear, it's actually pretty good, because the more HP items you get, the more it's gonna make up for the damage your AD is not doing if he's not farming so well. But if you're killing the lane, it really doesn't matter, because as long as you're doing damage and you're beating your lane, then there's nothing to worry about. And we got Nunu overextending, and one more hit and then a bite. I thought I could take him, but I couldn't take. If I would have flashed over and didn't get slower, I would have lived there, but I didn't expect the ignite. I was hoping it was down, but I don't think. Wow. That's the realest. Ah, you mad? But yeah, I mean, if you got any questions on how to play Volibear support, ask them. I mean, I tried to cover all the bases. Especially when you play Vayne, the way you play with Vayne is just let Vayne farm, let Kog'Maw farm. But if your Vayne's aggressive, then and knows what you're doing. Like if you're playing with like Double Lift or like Afrin, but you're not gonna be playing with them. But they're aggressive. Like they're like actually pretty good with those 80s. And if they're playing like that, and you can tell in low elo, and people are bad, I mean, then you guys would dominate the lane like we're dominating this lane. Look, MF is 6-1 and I'm 5-3. I mean, that's 11 kills to Tristana's 2 kills. Got a pickaxe. MF's already got Bloodthirster. And another thing, we're able to overextend. No other lane can help him. Skarner got screwed up pretty bad. And me, I'm just going all out. It really doesn't matter. I mean, Nunu has got some real items. 1 and 8, 2 and 4. So 12 kills bot lane. You'll never win a game if your bot lane's going got 12 deaths. And especially, I didn't really realize really I was doing actually pretty good, 5-0. So that's a free win for the wins, and 1-0 for the Lee Sins and Cho'Gath. Just chilling mid, having a good time. Everyone winning in CS just about. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Pretty simple. I'll try to put up a couple more Volibear supports with different ADs. The Volibear support, if you learn how to play it, it's actually in low elo. I would say he's the best support. That's not boring. Unless you know how to play Lulu. Lulu's OP. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward this. We'll watch. Let's see. Let's watch myself. So I'll calm down. Item wise, but yeah, you can get a heart of gold. Into Zeke's. Then Aegis, Shurelias, do Barons. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Pretty sad, huh? When you get soloed by support Volibear. So here's a jungle right here. I got red buff. Real stubborn. Oh, that flash. And now, I come in there with that. I gotta replay that. As you can see, what I was doing here is I was going for the KS. I got there before everyone else did. Stacking my stats up. GG. That's how you Volibear support. Best Volibear support in the game.
Dominating. Blue team double kill. Shut down.